Thanks again for coming back to Gaffer's Salon. I'm John Roach, and today I want to dive in and talk a little bit about some options relative to Astera, Titan, and Helios, relative to how I pack them, how I like to send them out. And again, this is not applicable to feature episodic large shows. When I first got my Helios and my Titan tubes over 5 years ago, they came in those big, heavy cases, especially the Titan kit. It's big, it's heavy, it's really designed, I think, for a larger show, and not so much applicable to us that are working short form. I mean, there's so many jobs where I just do not need 8 tubes. I typically might need 4 tubes, and I'm doing a car package dock job or an SUV package or a minivan package, and I want 4 Titan and 4 Helios. And that was coming up a lot. And 3 or 4 years ago, I think I was speaking with Greg Hodges at Wireless Film Lights and became aware that Astera makes a soft-sided case that holds either 4 Helios or 4 Titan tubes. So I thought, let me give those a try. So I ordered, again, probably 4 years ago, I started with 2 Titan cases, and I migrated from the hard case to the separate 4-tube soft-sided cases, and frankly, I've never looked back. I don't have any Titan hard tube cases anymore. And this has really become my go-to. This is the Helios one. If you haven't seen it, it's got 3 pockets. Now, these cases have held up really well. I've not, in 4 or 5 years of use, I've not had any zipper problems. The only things I've had, and it's probably partially my fault, is I took and stuck these sort of unprotected into these edge pockets, and they poke through, not surprisingly, after years of use. So I've already fixed one of my cases, and I'll probably put some patches on this. I did have one of the larger pockets start to separate that I had to have a seamstress reattach for me. But other than that, I've had no problems. And again, this is from a lot of day-to-day use, sliding in and out. So obviously not the same amount of protection as a hard case, but these, in all the years I've had them, I've not had a tube get damaged, broken, nothing. Nothing has happened. These small little issues are the only things I've had in a lot of years of use. And one of the reasons I really like this Helios case is it holds pretty much everything I need. In addition, I can jam in my 4 Helios egg crates. Now these come in pouches when you order them from Honey Crates, but I remove them from their pouches, I drop them in naked. I have to be a little careful when I'm zipping up, I gotta tuck them in a little bit, but they do fit and they lay on top of the tubes. And inside here, it's a relatively nice layout. It's got these padded dividers that Velcro. I can get my 4 tubes and my 4 AC power supplies. And the top, I've got the stand holders and the various like Global 3D accessories, the plates and the little eye hooks and all that kind of stuff. So this works particularly well on the Helios case, and I've been really happy with this. The Titan case, because of its much larger tube size, is a little bit more problematic. Again, I've not had anything damaged, but what I found over the years is sometimes when these are being carried, these are, it's a much longer span here, and these are not, they're a little more flimsy in this long form factor. They Velcro here. Sometimes these will come loose, and I'll open the case and all the tubes have dropped down to the bottom like that. And I just thought, if there's some way to make like a foam insert or something that would just keep the tubes sort of rigidly in place. I wasn't necessarily looking to offer more protection. I was just trying to prevent the tubes from moving around. So there's a company near me here in Paterson, New Jersey, they're about half hour away, called mycasebuilder.com. And Adam Richland over at Lightbulb Rentals turned me on to those because I was looking to have a few one-off cases made. In fact, I worked with them to make this case, which I had 2 Nanlux LECO adapters, and I wanted some sort of case for them because it didn't come with the case. Or actually, it came with the case just from Nanlux for the Nanlux part, but I wanted the whole assembly with the LECO to be ready to go and mount on the light, and then all I'd have to do is pick my lens tube and put that onto one of my Evokes. So mycasebuilder.com has a really great website, and they do have an application, and you can actually lay out and design your own case right on their website. But I don't know, I'm not that guy. So since I'm close, I just drove over there with the two things I wanted a case, and I said, hey, I want a hard case, preferably wheeled, that two of these can drop into. I sat there with them for 15 minutes. They sketched out everything. I left them these for a few days, and they came up with this case for me, gave me a quote, and then everything is, beautifully die cut, drop in. It is just a solid case. This was probably, I want to say 400, 425, and they found me exactly the case. Wasn't too big, holds the stuff, super well protected, has a nice handle on it, and they did a great job. And so I thought, well, maybe they could just make me a foam insert. And I went over there, and I stopped in, I said, hey, this is the problem with the case. I don't want to spend a ton of money. I'd like to, $7,500, I'd like to figure out something to drop in here. So let me get these back in. So this is a prototype they made for me just to see what I thought. So on the soft-sided case, whether you're here with the flimsy dividers they have over here, or in this case, there's not a lot of edge protection. It's the same here. It's a soft-sided case. It's enough that I've never had any problem. Now I'm not dropping these, but just putting them in and out, roughhousing around set, I've not had any issues with the design of the original case, but I wanted to keep these bulbs in position. So this is roughly an $80 insert. It's got an additional foam protection on the bottom, and then these foam dividers. So I'm going to try these out for a week or two, see what I think. Now, one thing they can do is they can die cut foam. So one option might be to, say, migrate the tube holders and have them cut out little slots for there's 4 tubes. I'd need 8 tube holders. They could do 4 here, 4 here. You could possibly make a lineup for your eye bolts or other accessories in here. But again, I don't want to add too much cost. So I have to chat with them about, like, all right, if I did that, how much does that increase the cost? And again, I'm trying to keep this, I was hoping to be around $75. As is right now, I think I'm at 85 or so. So anyway, that's the Titan version of the case. It's very similar. There's some interior pockets which I haven't used yet, but it's quite nicely designed. There are 3 exterior pockets. I tend to carry my 4 AC power supplies, 4 T12 bulb modern studio plates, and then a bag with the various accessories like my Global 3D anti-roll end caps, my tube holders, the various little accessories, eye hooks, etc., all go in the center pocket, and I'm good to go. So I found these to be really quite useful as an owner-op doing short form work where I need a lot of jobs. I just need 4 tubes or 4 Titan 4 Helios. So I know Greg Hodges carries these at Wireless Film Nights. They're available at many places. It's an Astera made product. Again, the insert here was done by mycasebuilder.com in Paterson, New Jersey. And anyway, thanks for watching.